Welcome back, folks. The Great Plains Athletic Conference moved its entire softball tournament indoors to the American State Bank Complex in Sioux Center. Now, Northwestern, Morningside, and Dordt, they opened up their day with wins, so they advanced to the next day no matter what. Northwestern and Morningside going at it here, though, and we'll pick up bottom of the fourth. Runner on third for the Red Raiders. Chloe Gallegos drops down a beauty. Pitcher goes home, but Cam Etherington slides in safely. The Red Raiders lead 1-0. Top of the fifth now. Morningside looking to respond. Emma Barwick turns on one, sending a high fly ball in the left field. It'll rattle up off the fence. Allie Fletcher's on her horse. She scores. This thing's tied up. Morningside looking for more. Kennedy Jones rips one, but look at the catch from Tatum Schmalbeck. That'll end the inning. We go to the bottom half. Bases loaded for Northwestern. Ashton Billings slaps a slow roller down the first base line. No play can be made. Everyone's safe. Northwestern wins 3-1. Other side of the dome, Dordt battling Midland. We pick up Dordt down 5, bottom of the fifth, and Amanda Schmaderer smashes this thing deep to center field. Fans scatter as it goes over, and it's 6-0 Warriors. Dordt just trying to get their bats back to the plate here. Bases loaded. This is chopped to short. Emma Groen goes home to Carly Olsen for the out, but the bases are still loaded. And not long after, Ariana Crafton sends a line drive down the third base line. It stays fair. 2 runs will score. That'll do it. Midland run rules Dordt 8-0. Mount Marty in an elimination game against Concordia. We start in the top of the first inning. Kayleen Jacinto chops one back to the mound. Dogs go home with it. Reagan Harper beats the tag, and it's 1-0 Lancers. Still in the first here. Autumn Porter will slice this ball down the right field line. Porter's got herself a double. Jacinto crosses the plate, and it's 2-0 Mount Marty. We remain in the top of the first. Sammy Noble with a bunt. The throw to first is mishandled. Ella Ray turns on the Jets. She will score. Mount Marty with a big 6-run first inning, and they win 6-3. So that means tomorrow, Thursday the 2nd, 10 a.m., Morningside and Mount Marty will square off in an elimination game at the American State Bank Complex. The winner of that game, they'll face off against Northwestern for that Pods championship. But Morningside and Mount Marty will have to beat the Red Raiders twice in that matchup. Meanwhile, Dordt will take on Jamestown, also at 10 a.m. in the American State Bank Complex in Sioux Center. Winner of that matchup, they'll take on Midland for that Pods championship. And Dordt or Jamestown, they have to pick up 2 straight victories over the Warriors. We'll have full coverage of the GPAC action Thursday night on Sports.